That was a good story. So yeah, I was had about a month to think about what I'm going to tell for love objects or love objects. So you all would think you're in for a good story. So I don't know about all that though. So obviously, and I'm surprised no one's done it yet, but there's still stories to come up. But I wanted to do you know, something about love objecting to love objects, right? I mean, that's going to be a good story, you know, but now I'm making my wife nervous. So I'm not going to do that, anything like that. But, you know, I can't think of any love objects stories because, you know, my wife never tells me no. So she doesn't object to anything. So I figured I'd do love objects instead. So I was thinking, you know, I mean, I've had my crushes. I've had, you know, I mean, actually, I think Mickey Dolenz is my, you know. So, but that's been done, so I can't do that. But then my Mickey Dolenz story is not as good anyway. But as far as objects go, I've always loved the Mustang, the Ford Mustang. You know, a lot of people like the Mustang. I particularly like the '75 Mustang. I've liked it for ages, you know, when I was a kid in junior high, high school, I used to draw Ford Mustang. Actually, I used to draw the words Ford Mustang. I'm not really that good. It's never really actually turned out looking like a car when I tried it, but I did. I could write Ford and Mustang really well. But yeah, so pretty much everyone who knew me knew I loved Ford Mustangs. It was going to be, listen to me, I already gave up on the dream. It's going to be metallic blue. You know, blue with metallic chips in it, guaranteed. You know, I figured that was for the future. And then one day I came home and my dad had, you know, he looked really happy with himself. You know what I mean? Really pleased. And he pulls out from behind the chair. That, you know, that's what they did. They weren't big wrappers. You know what I mean? If they had a surprise, I remember Lego sets. They're like, hey, can you build an entire, you know, truck with that? I'm like, I don't know if I have enough pieces. They're like, and there it is. Pow, you know what I mean? Which I'm fine with. I don't know. I like to wrap. I don't care so much about unwrapping, but out it comes, and there it is, a grill to a '75 Mustang. It's got the horse on there, and it's all good. And I'm like, well, what does this mean? You know, and he's giving me the old check out in the back kind of thing, you know. So I'm like, this is great. So I look out the back window. Now I love my dad, but that car. That car needed work, and you know, bless his heart. I'll tell you, bless his heart. Great guy, really, absolute. But but I'm excited at that moment because really, it still looks like a '75 Mustang, and you know, I didn't know a carburetor from any other kind of thing you'd find on a car. I don't know. I'm not going to fix this thing up myself. So I get out there, and now you know why I had the grill, you know, in the house, you know, because it wasn't on the car, like a lot of other things. But I'm telling you, I'm like, all right, well, at least, right, the engine, it's got to be. Up goes, you know, the hood, and I don't know, the wires were like dusty or actual dust, so. It needed a lot of work, but I figured I'd get in it, and I get in. It's the holes in the floor, but I don't know where he found this thing. I don't know where he found this thing, but you know, like I said, I wasn't good at cars, and I loved the gesture, but I did not rebuild that Mustang, not by any stretch of the imagination. In fact, the only new part I ever had for it was the grill, which he already gave me. So, and to this day, I've never driven in a '75 Mustang. You know, I've sat in one, I felt the steering wheel, you know, and I've touched the dashboard. In fact, I think that thing was cracked all over the place. I think I still got the scar from the dashboard, but I've never had or driven a '75 Mustang, but damn, I love that object.